Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. Steve Harvey, the dearest and most profoundly regarded television character and entertainer, has as of late made a move to address and scatter the tales that have been coursing about his significant other Marjorie Harvey in a genuine and sincere video. Steve unequivocally affirms that every one of the unmerited bits of hearsay in regards to Marjorie's supposed contribution to duping embarrassment is bogus. Steve Harvey and his better half Marjorie as of late ended up at the focal point of a tempest tattles and hypotheses on different virtual entertainment stages. Particularly Instagram could harm their standing and put a squeeze on their own lives anyway. Steve Harvey, known for his genuineness, didn't permit these bits of gossip to develop more. Rather, he decided to straightforwardly address them, stressing the misrepresentation of the cases. In doing so, he protected his better half and their relationship, as well as set a model for different famous people on the most proficient method to deal with unjustifiable charges. His position not only exhibited his obligation to his family and reality, but also showed his ability to face bogus data. It is actually important that Congressperson Ned Woko's Instagram post assumes an essential role in supporting Steve's cases as not straightforwardly affected regarding this situation. His explanation gave outside approval. He referenced that after hearing the reports, he connected with Steve Harvey straightforwardly. Steve's affirmation to him that all was well among him, and Marjorie added one more layer of believability to the exposure of the bits of gossip. Steve and Marjorie Harvey's relationship has been seen as having the highest quality level of conjugal ecstasy. Their public appearances, web-based entertainment posts, and meetings illustrated a couple profoundly infatuated. This insight made the development of the tales much more surprising to their fans and the overall population. The underlying tales about potential issues in their marriage were obscure. However, Tricky the talk plant proposed that Steve could have heartfelt ties with another lady. Such hypotheses, particularly about a high-profile big-name couple, can rapidly build up some forward momentum, prompting a compounding phenomenon where the line between reality and fiction becomes obscured with the bits of gossip indicating Steve's conceivable disloyalty. Questions emerged about Marjorie's job in their relationship. Was she mindful of these supposed ties? Did she decide not to see them? Or was she really in obscurity? These presumptions put Marjorie's decisions and choices under a magnifying lens, adding one more layer of intricacy to the story. Steve Harvey's choice to address the tales straightforwardly reflects his obligation to safeguard his family's standing in the circumstances. Overflowing with reports without outside approval can likewise be significant. Representative Ned Woko's Instagram post shows only that by contacting Steve Harvey straightforwardly and afterward imparting their discussion to the public, he offered a fair-minded point of view that supported Steve's cases. This outsider affirmation played a colossal part in dissipating the tales and re-establishing Harvey's standing. Tasha K., a famous podcaster, has secured herself as a noticeable figure in the realm of VIP tattle and diversion news through her foundation. She plunges into the individual existences of VIPs, frequently uncovering dubious and captivating subtleties, while many find her style connecting with it, which has likewise ignited discussion, prompting her to be marked as famous in specific circles in one of her episodes. Tasha K. examined the bits of gossip encompassing Steve Harvey's marriage inconspicuously, suggesting an expected heartfelt inclusion among Steve and his own culinary expert. Such cases, especially when made on a stage with a strong following, can quickly build up some forward movement and engender further entangling of the general story in the wake of being familiar with Tasha K's history of investigating disputable subjects. Many individuals have scrutinized her intentions in examining the Harvey bits of hearsay. Was she really introducing data she accepted to be valid? Or was she profiting from a moving subject to upgrade her viewership? Tasha K's episode added an extra layer to the generally mind-boggling trap of tales circling the Harveys. While a portion of her audience members might have acknowledged her cases at face value, others scrutinized their veracity, especially because of the lack of substantial proof. Without a doubt, the episode uplifted the examination encompassing the Harveys, escalating the strain they were at that point confronting. It is important that Tasha K's contribution to the Harvey tales was not her debut introduction to discussion. All through the years, she has dug into the individual lives of different superstars, inciting backfire and questions. Steve Harvey, well known for his assorted professions in satire TV facilitating and composing, has for quite some time been a conspicuous figure in media outlets. With distinction anyway comes examination, and Steve's heartfelt life has not been safe to it throughout the long term. His connections have been broken down, discussed, and analyzed both by the media and, what's more, by his fans. One critical section of Steve's heartfelt history was his union with Harvey. All through their years together, the couple confronted their reasonable portion of promising and less promising times. Their separation in 2005 turned into a point of convergence of media consideration, revealing insight into different parts of their relationship during their profoundly exposed and disagreeable separation. Quite possibly one of the most dubious issues that arose was Mary's case of Steve's supposed betrayal of Marjorie, who later turned into his significant other. These claims of faithlessness, particularly while including high-profile people, will generally light serious media inclusion and fuel public theory, adding further intricacy to an all-around wild circumstance notwithstanding allegations of treachery. Mary additionally blamed Steve for showing brutal inclinations during their marriage, such as grave charges, in addition to the fact that critical individuals and profound ramifications can likewise have far-reaching outcomes on one's expert life. Anyway, it is vital to take note that these cases brought about no legitimate activity against Steve, recommending either an absence of substantial proof or a shared choice between the gatherings, including not seeking after lawful measures all through the separation procedures and the resulting media free for all. Steve ardently denied the allegations that evened out against him, keeping up with his guiltlessness and notoriety, while the separation and its related discussions might have briefly eclipsed his own life. Steve figured out how to explore through the tempest, both in his fruitful profession and in issues of the heart. After the turbulent time of his separation, Steve found love with Marjorie. Their relationship, which at first confronted discussion and examination, bloomed into areas of strength for a strong bond regardless of the difficulties they experienced, and the tales and hypotheses that encompassed them. Several have stayed together, confronting misfortune with immovable solidarity and common help. Marjorie Harvey, the accomplice of superstar Steve Harvey, has wound up in the media spotlight, while she has been acclaimed for her perfect design sense and generous undertakings. Her own life has likewise been a subject of interest, and a periodic hypothesis, quite possibly of the most generally examined talk, included Marjorie's supposed relationship with Steve's guardian in 2015. Such cases, particularly when associated with somebody inside the superstar's inner circle, will generally be exciting and draw in huge media consideration. The idea of the connection between a superstar life partner and their nearby partners frequently faces examination, bringing about different translations and suppositions. Another talk that charmed the public's consideration was Marjorie's supposed undertaking with a style planner in Italy. Given Marjorie's notable enthusiasm for design and her continuous visits to style capitals, this talk seemed conceivable to a few in Italy, with its heartfelt charm and status as a design mecca gave a background that powered such theories all through these hypotheses. Marjorie has decided to maintain her nobility and security while she infrequently addresses reports. She frequently picks quiet, permitting her activities and her solid relationship with Steve to represent themselves as fans. Suppositions have been partitioned in regards to Steve, referring to his past discussions, especially his heartfelt history with these fans. The new reports appear to be an impression of his past, finding him one more gathering of fans has investigated the starting points of Steve and Marjorie's relationship, given the charges of